Hello, and welcome to Hello Word, the podcast where we explore the fascinating world of English vocabulary. I'm Alex, your host, and today's word of the day is activation. Activation is a C1 level noun that refers to the process of making something active or starting it to work. This is a great word to know when discussing systems, technology, or even personal motivation. To understand activation, think about scenarios where something is put into motion. For example, you might hear someone talk about the activation of a new feature on a phone or the activation of a plan to improve productivity. It's all about initiating or starting a process. Let's talk synonyms. Words like initiation, implementation, and engagement can work as synonyms for activation. For instance, instead of saying the activation of the alarm system was smooth, you could say the initiation of the alarm system was smooth. Another example could be, the activation of the program requires a few steps, which could also be phrased as the implementation of the program requires a few steps. Now, let's consider antonyms. Words like deactivation, termination, or discontinuation express the opposite meaning. For example, the deactivation of the account was processed yesterday contrasts sharply with the activation of the account took only a few minutes. How can you use activation in daily life? Imagine you're setting up a new phone. You might say, I just completed the activation process and now it's ready to use. Or, if you're at work, you might hear, the activation of this project is scheduled for next week. Another example could be in fitness. The activation of core muscles is important before starting this exercise. Here are some more usage examples. The activation of her creativity led to an amazing painting. This button is used for the activation of emergency lights. The activation of the team's energy was crucial during the match. To recap, today we've explored the word activation, which means the process of making something active or starting it to work. We discussed synonyms like initiation and implementation, as well as antonyms like deactivation and termination. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover the show. I'd love to hear from you. So create your own sentence using activation and share it in the comments. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.